Hey everybody, this is Jeff Beale, the business guru, and I'm quite excited today. I've got an awesome guest from a very, very, very unique part of the world, Switzerland. My first guest from Switzerland. And as you know, guys, just think about it. I took Toblerone chocolate last night, one of my favourites. That comes from Switzerland.
Right.
Anyway, my guest's name is, let me, my bleary eyes, is a lovely lady by the name of Frances Strickland. And Frances is a founder and CEO and chief consultant, and her company name is the Chastain Global Enterprises LLC. The industry is business and HR consulting, guys. So if you want to know something about that, jump on a call, have a virtual cup of coffee with her. She's a very interesting woman, and I'm sure she'd love to help you. Been in the industry for a long, long time now, 12 years, 5 years since her public launch. Brief description of her business. I provide high-touch boutique business consulting service that helps founders, owners, and executives uncover and solve places their business is silently losing time, effort, and money, often without realizing it. Using a whole business, whole person approach based on where the business is at the life cycle, I deliver selective and data-driven solutions that compound quickly and seamlessly integrate performance and people. Tapping into my community of expert associates, my work not only drives profitability, but strengthens leadership, culture, long-term resilience with integrity, that's my favorite word, and an unrelenting commitment to excellence. Key achievements of projects, there's many, but currently supporting two SMB company corporate entities with my premium involving team and leadership alignment, organization design, change management, and top executive personal development. Her personal motto, I love this one too, prosperity comes from solving what's real with integrity, intelligence, and humanity. So business and leaders and the people who work with them can thrive for the long run. And she's going to tell us an interesting fact about herself is she sang in the ABC miniseries North and South, Book 2, sharing a scene with Oscar-winning. I love Forrest Whitaker. I've seen for a long time. Forrest Whitaker, Erica Gimbel, Coco from Fame, Jeannie Francis, General Hospital. We're going back to all the soapies now, and having a dressing room between Patrick Swayze, wow, and James Reed. There you go. It's an interesting fact. It's my great pleasure to welcome to the stage, Frances. How are you, Frances?
I am fantastic, Jeff. Thank you so much for having me. It is my great pleasure to be with you.
No trouble whatsoever. It's my pleasure as well, my friend. Tell me, what time is it where you are? I'm curious. What's the time zone there?
Central Europe time is Central Europe summertime, I'm told, and it's just about to almost 12:30. It's 12:23 precisely.
Okay, so you're middle of the day for you. Evening for me.
Yes.
Yeah, about what time is it here? About 6:30 p.m. Here in the Philippines. Tell us about your journey and what inspired you to pursue your current career path. You're obviously very good at it. Where did it all begin?
Well, it actually started, and I'm going to pick up where I am in terms of my business. And it started back in 2013, actually. I was on vacation. I had gone to California to a spa. I would go twice a year for a couple weeks to decompress, to detox. It was a juice fasting, body mind holistic
Good idea.
experience.
Great idea.
Yeah. And so one evening, just after I'd arrived, I was in my room, and I had brought the book Rich Dad Poor Dad with
Yeah,
me.
know the book.
And I was reading it, and I read it, and all of a sudden it hit me how much I was investing of myself in other people's dreams. And I was a committed corporate
Sure, loyal, loyal,
person,
loyal, yeah.
really dedicated, always looking to add value, being available. And I
Yeah.
realized, well, what about my dreams? And what really caught my eye was, in one case, as a business owner, you get to give, you get to create an opportunity for others to also grow and evolve.
Yes.
And when you're trading time for money, which is pretty much what happens when you work for
Sure.
someone
Absolutely.
else, You don't necessarily do that. I mean, of course, I would be asking someone to give service for money as well, but they too can take that and evolve their lives and become business owners if that's what they want to do.
Choose to,
So
correct.
that was the changing point. That was really the turning point for me.
Well, I love it. You know why? But funny enough, 2013 was when I escaped Australia.
Okay, that was escape year for both of us.
Yeah, so I just said to myself, I had enough of this. I just made up my mind. I had enough. I said, I've had enough. I'm leaving. And true to my word, I left. And I said to my boys, I won't be back. And to this day,
Right.
guys, I've never been back and no intention of ever going back. Nothing there for me. What's been the most challenging aspect of your work and how have you overcome it over the years?
Well, there's two things that has to happen, particularly if you're coming out of a more traditional arrangement, working for an organization where everything is packed out. They have all the functions, all the resources,
True.
the funding, etc.
Yeah, the
It
coffee
is
machine.
it is that adaptation
Yes.
between working for someone else and working for yourself. That is the big jump because you just really have to think differently
Absolutely.
about what you're doing, how you're
You got to
spending your
turn up,
time.
right? You have to turn up
Yeah,
every
yeah.
day.
You have to turn up. Nobody else is going to turn up for you.
Correct.
And then learning that you ultimately cannot do everything for yourself, which is so strange. But most of us in a corporate or working for someone else, we've learned about delegation.
That's right.
But for some reason, when we get our business, we don't want to delegate because we want to be in control.
Yeah.
So it's really first is the adaptation, that personal change that you have to go through. And then the second piece is to learn that it is not about you, but about the person that you're going to serve.
Absolutely. Definitely. Always has been. Tell me, what's an important moment in your career that changed your direction? When was that sort of that aha moment? You told me earlier you got to Switzerland, had a look around, probably liked it, and then what happened?
Yeah, well, that was an aha moment because I was working for my the company who had brought me over, and I realized that I was going to be faced with going back and getting into the system, and I wasn't relishing what that would look like, and so I opted to stay here. That was one turning point. Another turning point, however, I would say that really transformed how I'm showing up in my business today happened to be a course, was in 2023 when I did an assessment of how successful I was being in my business. And I didn't like what I saw.
Lovely.
And I actually signed up for two different courses, one to show me how to do something, but the other was to address how I was thinking.
Yes.
And the
That's what
big,
I call it stinking thinking.
yeah, stinking thinking. And the big question was the person asked me what I wanted and was it my essential? Was it my essential rather than peripheral? And what I realized is that the state of my business at that point was a consequence of my failing to get clear that my business and having it be successful was my essential. And
Yes.
that be the point around which I made my decisions.
You can add to that. I think one thing we want to be in business at our age of life, especially Francis, is happy. I can see you are. You got a passion, my friend, not a job. You got a passion. When you got a passion, it's so much fun, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
You get up wanting to help people, and you go to bed thinking, how can I help them tomorrow? That's what I do.
Sure,
You know.
sure.
In your opinion, what are the key qualities and skills that have helped contribute to your amazing success? What's the background there?
Well, I always tell people that nobody does you like you do you.
That's a good one.
But in order to do that is to come from your authentic center. My fundamental premise in life is that people should be better for having known me. So if someone spends a little bit of time with me, I am looking for ways to improve their life experience through advice, through just being present with them
Love it. Yeah,
and get
you got empathy.
now
Empathy and
when I
spades,
have
mate.
my
Yeah.
yeah, but
Empathy
when I
should be
have
one.
conversations even now with people, what I do is I look to find ways to leave something with them that they can use in their business right away.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, lovely. And sometimes simple's best, guys. Simple's best. It doesn't need to be complicated. Get out of your own way. Stop complicating things. Um,
Sure.
Tell me, you're obviously up all the time. How do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in your field and bring in new things and new ideas?
Okay, well, I'm going to use the fact that I'm always curious, and I'm particularly curious about my own motivations. So, through multiple personality assessments, I know I'm a futurist. I'm an idea person. I am a systems thinker. I see
Lovely.
relationships, and I love creating theories. Now, my learning is through osmosis, not so much. I love to read. I used to read encyclopedias as a kid,
Wow.
but I just absorb information and ideas, and I formulate from that. That keeps me very excited.
Yeah.
But I also love to rather than sit in a room, I like to get my hands into things, and it's been like a nice train ride in the Swiss Alps in the wintertime
Love that.
with AI for me. And when I
Yes.
started to use AI and my little mind was just going about what I could
Mate,
do with it,
daily.
it's exciting.
It's just, it's incredible. My best start. I wish AI was $1,000 instead of $20, so that people take it seriously. I get clients say to me, Jeff, do you think I should pay $20 and get AI? I shake my head. I think to myself, who am I talking to? Are you for real, my friend? you know, $20, goodness gracious. I mean, guys, for those of you who don't know, you can actually believe this or not. I know you don't believe me, but do it. Take a photo of the inside of your fridge and say to ChatGPT, you can see what I've got. What can I make for dinner tonight? Give me 3 recipes. And it'll tell you from a photo.
Yeah.
You've got chicken breast. You've got tomato. I notice you've got tomato paste in the door. You've got yogurt. You've got some broccoli. You've got some carrots. What we're going to do? We're going to do this wonderful stir fry, and this is how you do it. It blows my mind. I do it for fun, you know. And a better one that may save someone's life. It certainly helped me. Being 77, I have a blood test every year. I was sitting here one day, I don't know why I thought about it. I said, the doctor told me, Jeff, when I'm 77, I hope I'm like you. Um, most of your things are pretty good. Anyway, so
Right.
he sent me off with thinking, oh, gee, I'm going great. Well, then why am I feeling? I thought to myself, then why the hell am I feeling tired? And I put it down to the fact that I'm 77, right? And
Right.
I do work long hours. Anyway, and being in front of the computer screen doesn't help. Anyway, so I went through my blood tests on the chat GPT. I went through, told me things he never told me. It was much better, much more thorough. Try it and you'll love it. And number 9 was, you should be 100 and you are 900. Oh, I nearly fell off the chair. And what it was, folks, it was, and many of you are going to be in the same boat as me, it was lack of vitamin D. So I spend so much bloody time indoors on my computer, I'm not getting the sunshine, lack of vitamin D, and the symptoms are you will be very, very tired. And the other symptoms are you will have brittle bones. Fast forward a month later, I was on a chair trying to fix up an aircon. I fell off the chair, hit a bookshelf, and broke my shoulder. So there you go, guys. So
Ah,
any of you people 50 plus, you're doing blood tests, put it through ChatGPT. Listen to your doctor by all means. However, listen to what ChatGPT tells you. It'll make you far better informed, and even tells you, go back and ask your doctor these things. What should I do about blah, blah, blah? It's,
yeah.
it's pretty awesome. So
That's great advice.
you got me on a tangent because I'm on ChatGPT probably 8 hours a day. I love it. It makes me look like it makes me look smarter than what I am. I can assure you. So that's a good one. Tell us about a recent project or achievements amongst the many that you're particularly proud of.
I referenced it in the information that I shared. I've been working with a company out of Canada, and the CEO had said that he wanted to go to the next level. You know, some self actualization that he wanted to pursue, and he realized that he needed to manage his business differently.
Yes.
And you know, clearly his business is successful. He's been at it a while. He
Yep.
has his own identity. He's respected in his community. And I thought, wow, this is such an opportunity. And so, you know, we've spent time getting grounded together. He had some particular books that he found extremely helpful that informed his way of thinking and how he envisioned his business. And we were able to leverage those insights and come up with a plan to transform his business where he could be free of the day-to-day operations,
Like it.
still be present in the right way as the CEO,
Yes.
and pursue his dream. And so right now he's on that first leg of doing so.
Nice.
And he's traveling for that adventure that he wants to go to. And you know, I'm able to help back home with his business by being a trusted advisor to his team.
Love it. And don't forget, guys, I'm lost the train of thought. What was this? Guys, so many of you are working in your business. Francis would tell you, get out of the business and work on the business. Right?
Yes.
Work on the business, not in the business. And I'll tell you now, me included, I'm a guy, I'll turn up in a dirty old pair of overalls in a rusty Volkswagen, but I'll make your Ferrari go quicker because I'm good at what I do. Right. But
Mhm.
I could also improve. Every one of us, if we look, as Francis said earlier, she looked inside herself. If you look inside yourself, guys, you can all improve if you choose to. You don't have to. It's up to you. And I'll tell you
Mhm.
now, I've noticed the hard way. No one's coming to save you. You've got to save yourself. So if it's meant to be, it's up to me, is one of my favorite sayings. Because it really
That's
is
right.
up to you guys. You can write your own paycheck. You can double your business in 12 months, guys, providing you do the work. It won't double with a magic wand, right? You've
Right.
got to do the work. But you can actually double, if you want to, you can double, quadruple your business. Believe me, with one thing, systems.
Right.
Francis will tell you, systems will set you free. They'll give you so much more time when you've got the right system, right?
For sure.
What advice would you give a 20-year-old version of you, or a young lady or a gentleman? He walks into your life and he says, oh, I'm not sure, I've just finished school. What do you think I should do? What would you tell them?
Now, the people will say, how can you say this? But, you know, first of all, now that I'm doing my entrepreneurial journey,
Yes.
you know, I'm thinking, wow, it might have been fantastic for me to have started earlier. But this is what I tell many young people now. I said, start broad.
Yeah.
Before you specialize, start broad.
That's right.
You have
See the big picture. Look at the big picture.
right. You have enough time earlier in your career
to make mistakes.
to make mistakes and experience different things and learn how things work together.
That's right.
Because that fuels ingenuity, creativity, and innovation. A lot of people we know, very successful tech muggles, for example, they dropped out of university.
Look at all the most successful people, guys. Readers are leaders. My big thing is books. Readers are leaders.
Right. And, you know, so they did not finish university, but there was something else going on. They were broad. They thought about how things related and connected and asked the question, what if?
That's
The
right.
more life experience one can acquire early, the more there is material to work with. And I encourage them, start broad and then specialize.
I'd add to that and say, guys, if you can, travel will broaden your mind and it'll open up as it did for Frances. Like she went to Switzerland and here she is. Travel, have fun while you're young, before you have the children and all the rest of it, and get stuck in society's system. But travel and get a mentor. Because a mentor, reach out to someone who knows a bit about the subject you're interested in, because you can save 5 and 10 years off the journey if you're prepared to listen.
Absolutely.
Get a mentor.
And Jeff, you're so spot on. Avail yourself, talk to people, and realize that you don't know everything. I mean, right. I'm continually reinventing myself, learning new things. I learn from everyone. Anybody can teach me. I have 2 fur babies, 2 dogs. They teach me how to relax.
Yeah, good. Yeah. One of my favorite sayings was, and it's a good one, I've made a lot of money from this, guys, some of the best ideas come out of the mouths of idiots. So listen to everybody, because they might have the answer you've been seeking. Right. I've had team members who, was sort of like the janitor or something, so they weren't high up on the pecking order, but I still respected them. But then they come up with some idea I'd never thought of. I thought, wow, that's genius. But it was right under my nose. But I was too close to the forest to see the trees, And so listen to everybody, guys, and it's good advice. I had a mentor or a coach when I was about 40. I thought, all these sports people have got coaches. I'm rich, I'll get a coach. So I got a variety of coaches. Most of them were hopeless. I was coaching them within 1 month. They were paying me. But I had one in particular who I didn't like. I think my ego was in the way, and we clashed. But he taught me this. It cost me $20,000. I didn't use it until about 5 years later. I've used it for the last 30 years. And it's simple. You don't know what you don't know. And it goes into my head every day. Every day. Because like Francis, I'm a lifelong learner. And it's so, the older you get, the more you want to learn. Don't you find that?
For sure.
It's interesting, isn't it?
For sure. The more you appreciate it. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a real passion. Right.
Yeah.
Looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future? You're only at base camp now in the Swiss Alps. What's your goals for the future?
Well, my first goal is to graduate my business. I've already now have a couple of team members. I'd like to add 3 more. One of whom would be someone that will help me with the preliminary stages of my offers, so that I can have a consistent quality and standard of people coming into my programs. So I'm really excited about, getting to that level. But, the last thing is really to enjoy life.
Absolutely.
And that means
living the dream, and I am.
Right. And that means, consistent with my values. What's my values? I love freedom. I like the opportunity to make a choice, to have a choice about how, when, what it is that I do and with whom. So that's important. To take advantage of being here in Switzerland. I traveled a lot in my work to different countries. Now I want to travel to just experience them.
Yes.
The real country, the real people.
I'm just curious. My geography is not so good. What are your borders, Francis? What are your Switzerland? What are your borders?
My borders are Germany and France.
Oh wow! Cool.
And primarily, in fact, Switzerland's kind of like a wraparound, and then also Italy.
Oh God!
So Switzerland's sitting there, so I can drive to Italy. I can go to France in 20 minutes, and because I do shop. And of course, Germany is right there. So yeah, it's sitting right in there. And so much it can be made by car, but you can be just about anywhere you want to in roughly about 2.5, maximum 3 hours from Switzerland.
Wow, what a spot. No wonder you love it. That's what happened to me in Asia. I came to Asia. I'm in the Philippines, guys. It's like a spoke in the wheel. I'm surrounded by Singapore, Hong Kong, Bangkok, Korea, Taiwan, across the road to Japan. And I love Asia. So I'm the same as Francis in a different way. I've got that Asian culture, right?
Mhm.
And I do intend, before I pack my boots up, I do intend to get over there. Italy's on my hit list, Italy particularly, and the other one is Scotland. They're two on my hit list. I love the culture of Scotland, and I love drinking nice Scotch. So I want to go around, and it's a good excuse to go and visit some of the Scotch makers over there. So look at this. Tell us, looking ahead, how can our listeners and people watching this wonderful podcast, what's the best way to reach out and find out more about your services, Francis? What would be the ideal way to do that?
The ideal way is to go to LinkedIn. That's really
Lovely.
my
Easiest, yeah.
platform.
That's it, maybe,
It's
yeah.
Francis Melvina Strickland. It's really packed out. It tells you about my offers. It tells you about my philosophy, and you can even sign up for services right there.
Fantastic. You've done well. All right, before we wrap it up, we can't let you escape. Tell us a fun fact about yourself that most people don't know.
Okay, a fun fact about myself. Okay, I told you about the miniseries, but when I was 16 years old, I
Yes.
was a bus driver,
A
a
bus
school
driver.
bus driver. Yes, and
Wow.
it was a standard H. It was a standard H
Wow.
bus that I drove.
Mate, pretty cool.
And I learned how to drive the bus driving my sister's 1968 V8 Mustang, gold with black racing stripes.
God almighty. You were a girl back in the day, weren't you? How'd that all come about, by the way? How'd you end up on the bus?
Well, I grew up in a very small town in South Carolina, and at that time, kids were, when they got 16, of course, you got your license, and you could take your bus driver training and drive a bus.
Right, so you did.
And so the principal, they'd have someone in the high school that would oversee the bus, and I ended up driving the bus, and my sisters also drove a bus. My older sister and my younger sister also drove buses.
How many sisters you got, by the way?
I have two.
Two. Where are they?
My older sister is now in Wisconsin,
Right.
and my younger sister is in South Carolina. I'm the middle child, so now you got to get a picture
Yeah.
of
Do they visit? Do you visit each other?
Yes, yes, they
I
do,
bet
and
they don't want to go home.
yes, when I first came over to Switzerland, they came. They brought a suitcase. It's a cute little story. There was all these U.S. goodies that we wanted, so they had packed this big suitcase with food and checked it. And of course, they had their normal checked luggage.
Yeah.
Guess what got lost?
Oh,
The clothes.
Oh, the clothes.
The regular luggage,
That's
but
good.
the food luggage got here, and that was all we were worried about.
Absolutely. You can always get clothes. You can't always get peanut butter or the American stuff that you might want. You've been an awesome guest. Thank you very much for being on the show today, Francis. It's been a pleasure hearing your story, my friend.
Well, thank you so much. It's been my pleasure to be with you. And I really hope that people got something that they could use. And you know what? I hope that this good energy that you share with me, I send it back to you and wish you the absolute best.
You do. You're one of those rare people that light up a room. I say you're a giver in a world full of takers. If you were a horse, you'd be a zebra in a world full of horses. All right.
Thank you.
All the best, my
Thank
friend.
you so much.